Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today we're going to look at 3 Elton John songs for beginners. I have gotten these 3 very famous Elton John songs and I'm going to explain them and play them to you in a way that is appropriate for beginners and intermediate players. So how am I going to do that? Because Elton John songs are obviously not the easiest songs to play. He uses lots of chords in his piano music. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this as an opportunity to improve our chord playing. And by the way, if you're a fan of our work at the London Contemporary School of Piano, you should head on over to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, to get your free resources kit, which has many supporting materials, particularly for the topics we're covering today. So this is really important to get those chord packs because it's going to really help improve your chord playing for a lot of the themes we're looking at today, because we're taking a chord-first approach with these Elton songs. So let's get started. Now, the first thing we have to do, if we're looking at these Elton John songs, is we have to know our major chords on our flats. And if you think you're a beginner to the piano, you're relatively new to the piano, and you're thinking, oh, I can't be playing on the flats yet, I'm not ready for that. The sooner you are playing chords on the black keys, flats and sharps, the better. And no, they're not harder. You just have to remember them. They're actually easier to play than square C major, where the fingers are flat. You know, it's nice and easy to remember these chords, but the sooner you can get on over to these chords, the better, particularly if you want to play Elton John. So here's a couple of chords for you to know. You've got to know these chords. D flat major, E flat major. Notice how they have exactly the same shape to them. You've got the D flat, F and the A flat, the E flat, G and the B flat. You can walk to your piano and do that now. Then we've got the A flat major, which also has exactly the same shape. So we've got D flat, E flat and A flat. I'm going quickly today. We have other videos on our YouTube channel that cover these topics. Then we've got G flat major, which has a slightly different shape. It's all flats. You can also call it an F sharp major, all sharps, but that's its shape. So we've got D flat major, E flat major, and G flat major, and A flat major, and we also have B flat major. Now B flat major also has a different shape. It's just got the one black key, the one flat, B flat, D and F. So I'll play all of them now to recap. D flat, E flat, G flat, A flat, B flat. Okay, we've just learnt all of the flats, all of the chords, the major chords on the flats in just a couple of minutes there. Really, really useful. You can just do that straight away. I really advocate you get into the piano and being able to play in those keys and being able to play those chords straight away. Don't wait until you're in grade 5. That's just too slow. Do it now. They fit the fingers perfectly. The piano is actually designed to make these chords easier to play. Just ask a guitarist that, because these chords are much less accessible on string instruments than they are on piano. That's why the piano is so awesome. And that's why Elton John is using these chords all the time. They're great for the piano. So the first song we're going to look at today is the iconic Your Song. Almost needs no introduction, this song. Now, we're just going to start with the introduction of the piece, the first chords. I'm going to use a lot of root position chords. I'm going to not overuse too many inversions. I might add a few inversions later. But I want to keep this very much tailored to beginners and intermediates, so you can just get playing some Elton straight away. But if you understand your inversions, you can use them straight away. I encourage you to do that. So the iconic introduction of Your Song uses these chords. I'm just going to play them as chords. E flat, I'll do that again. A flat, B flat, and A flat. You'll notice how my left hand just stayed on the E flat the whole time. This is a slash chord. This is where the left hand bass note is different to the root chord in the right hand. So we've got E flat, A flat with the E flat in the bass, B flat with the E flat in the bass, And that's the introduction. Now we add a bit of a groove to this introduction, and the famous arpeggio pattern Elton John is using is this. I'll do that again. I'm playing the block chord and then I'm breaking it up. So let's play the verse now. E flat, C minor over A flat. It's also an A flat major 7, if you know, but we can just see it as a C minor over an A flat today. Let's do that again. E flat, C minor over A flat, B flat over D, G minor, C minor, C minor over B flat, C minor over A, C minor over A flat, E flat over B flat, B flat, G major over B, C minor, E flat, F minor, A flat, B flat major. And then Elton John sneaks in a suspended 4th chord. What's that? It's just when you play a major chord. You can do this on any major chord. This happens to be the B flat major. And then I just take the 3rd note up a semitone and I get a suspended 4th. And I just punch that out twice. And then resolve it back to the B flat major. And that's the verse of the song. You don't have to buy the sheet music. You can just write out the chords. Scribble them on a piece of paper, those chords that you're seeing on the screen as I'm playing. By the way, if you do scribble them down on a piece of paper, it's very authentic because that's what Elton John does. Elton John gets the lyrics written by Bernie Taupin, and as he's writing the music, he just scribbles the chords above Bernie's words, and he writes a song in like 5 to 10 minutes. Works pretty well for him. Maybe we should take a tip from him on that one. So let's go through all of that again, just in that nice, simple way. You can even sing along as you play it. Really good for your musical training to sing and play at the same time. Just give it a go, see what happens. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. And then we do the same thing for the 2nd verse. If I were a sculptor, then you know the drill, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in same chords, traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah, and this one's for you. Now when we finish the 2nd verse, instead on B flat, we finish on the E flat this time for the end of the 2nd verse. And then we punch out a suspended 4th on an E flat major. And then that brings us to the chorus. Now before we go to the chorus, if we want to stretch ourselves a little bit more, now you know those chords for the verse, we can apply that nice arpeggiation pattern that Elton John uses. We'll just do it in a nice simple way here. It's amazing, I'm not using any inversions and it still sounds really good. Why is that? Well, firstly, they're lovely chords. But secondly, it's because Elton John writes such great chord progressions in his songs and they're so piano friendly. So even if you are a beginner and you're new to these chords, some of you might have never came across these chords until today. But trust me, if you just start playing them and implementing them on the piano immediately, you'll sound great. And it's a quick win. It's low-hanging fruit. Sure, some of you are going to have some fluency issues and you'll need to practice it slowly. And that's absolutely fine. That's what you have to do at piano. You have to practice slowly. So if you are, a beginner that gets a little frustrated sometimes, just take a deep breath and play slowly. Just get used to moving through those chords slowly. Treat it like a super ballad. Get your fingers on each of those chords. It all just takes time and practice. And the slower you practice, the faster you learn. I'll say that again. That's an important pearl of wisdom. The slower you practice, the faster you learn. So if you're all like, when you're practicing, if you're going fast and furious, the faster you practice, the slower you learn. So there you go. There's something to think about. So slowly work through those chords, but it's amazing how good they sound even without the inversions, because Elton John writes such great chord progressions in his songs. Yeah, they tell a story. So you get Bernie Taupin's lyrics. I mean, this is the secret, I guess, behind their success as a songwriting partnership. Bernie Taupin writes these lyrics, and his lyrics are very story-like. They're very narrative-like. But also, Elton John tells stories in his chord progressions. I'll say that again. He tells stories in his chord progressions. They're not just like a lot of modern pop songs you hear that just have 4 chords that just loop over and over and over and over again. They're actually songs that have a narrative to their chord progression. So they're in groups. You'll often have chords in groups of 8, and you'll often put the chorus in another key and it will move somewhere else. So that's why they're such great songs to learn on the piano. So let's add that groove pattern now. And we get this. Second verse. But then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. Okay, so the chorus chords: B flat over D, C minor, F minor, A flat. So let's do the chorus. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. So you can see immediately how effective it is just to play those chords, even as bare bones, just like this. So for all of you semi-beginners out there, and even intermediates who need a little bit more continuity in your playing, you can take it down to those simple building blocks and have something quite effective straight away. Now, the first step to bringing that to life a bit more is to add that arpeggiation pattern, that groove. And if groove is something you need more of in your playing, we do have the Groove Mastery Program, and it's available on our website. The Groove Mastery Program, and it's just a mere £20 or $25 US, will give you a whole bunch of templates and grooves, including backing tracks, that you can learn and work off. And you can either have them on the sheet music that we provide, or you can either have these grooves as backing tracks and learn them more by ear, or do a bit of both. But they give you a really strong template of different grooves from different pop songs, Elton-like grooves, but also, which we're covering today, by the way, but also some other grooves that you hear in other styles of music, funk, bossa, Latin, other forms of pop, power ballads, you name it, reggae, it's all there. We have all these different grooves because that's the one thing missing in a lot of people's education is just a sense of groove, a sense of rhythm. We can talk about chord theory all day, but without rhythm to bring it to life, something can be often missing. But we need those chords to be fluent and have that lovely sense of continuity. So, as we continue moving through this piece, I'm just going to show you a little bit of an extra spice you can add to it before we move on to the second Elton song we're covering today. So much to do today. What we're going to do is Elton loves doing this. He adds these ad hoc suspended seconds in there. And then what is a suspended second? It's just a tone up from the root of the chord. So if I'm playing an E flat major chord, in this case it's an F, and he'll often do this. He'll just brush the suspended second into the third like this. He does this all the time, and he doesn't do it in a planned way. He just throws it in when he wants to throw it in. Now, you get a song like Your Song, which he has played countless times in his career. I mean, thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of times he's had to play that piece. And I've noticed throughout his career, the more times he's played the piece, the more suspended seconds he starts adding. It's probably because he's getting a bit tired of playing it the same way every night, which is understandable. So in the early day recordings of them, there were a few suspended seconds in there and it was really tasteful. And the more he plays it, it's just suspended seconds are everywhere. And so the more modern versions you hear him playing this piece, he's doing stuff like this. Sorry, I went a bit too far there, but you get the idea. He just goes totally suspended second. But what is it? It is a really nice effect. It's particularly nice on the C minor bit. You can do things like this. I'll do that again. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. Don't have much money, but you can hear adds that extra weight to the chord. It's a simple movement, but you will notice the execution of it takes a little bit more. So that's just a bit more of a pro tip there if you're feeling ambitious. Putting suspended seconds into the chords, slipping them in. So that's Elton John, Your Song. Song number 2. It's so hard to choose because there's so many great songs from so many decades. I'm choosing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road because I love this chord progression. This is one of the best ever chord progressions. They don't get much better than this. So this piece is in the unusual time signature of 2/2 time. Well, it's not unusual, but we don't come across it as much. What is 2/2 time? Well, I'm just going to define it. It's often known as cut common time, but I'm going to define it in this piece as 2 slower beats per bar. And for practicing chord progressions, this is actually quite convenient. So it makes a good piece to practice, despite the fact it has a lot of chords going on in it. So it's in F major, and we're going to start by looking at the left hand. What's the left hand doing? I just played a descending F major scale, basically. And then that creates some really lovely slash chords. I've got F, F over E, D minor over C, B flat over C, resolving quickly to the C. You might need to practice that a few times. Finishing on the F, and then I'll throw in another suspended second. Let's do that again. such a satisfying introduction, isn't it? I mean, move over classic guitar riffs, you've got nothing on the piano, right? Let's do it again. Okay, let's get to the verse then. Oh, there's so many great chords in this piece. They just don't write songs like this anymore. So we've got G minor, C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, C major, F major, G minor, C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, C major, F major. So if we analyse this even from a numbers perspective, using the scale degree of the chords, we get chord 2, chord 5, chord 1, chord 4. What's this E flat? It's a flattened 7 because E flat's not in the F major scale. And E is in an F major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we flatten it to get an E flat. And it's got a great effect. We often hear this in, Elton does those sort of effects, those flattened 7 chords in his Lion King soundtrack, for instance, quite a lot as well. It's got a Disney-esque sound to it. And then it resolves back to the chord 5, the C, and then the F. It's got that sense of fantasy about it, something like that. Again, the chords are telling a story, and that's what's great about it. So let's do those chords again from the verse. When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. It's too high for me to sing this song. Forever, I should have signed up with you. I'm not a singer. I'm not a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing. So great chords to start the song off with, the G minors, the Cs, the E flats, and again, they even sound really good as root chords. But then the song takes a totally different turn. It then moves into another key. So let's go over what happens here. B flat minor, E flat, A flat, D flat, B flat minor, C suspended fourth. Now we could analyse this as all sorts of different things. We had a 2-5-1 here, for instance, in the key of A flat major. So we could argue that we've gone to the key of A flat major, and that would be a true statement. And then finally it resolves back to the F major with that C suspended fourth chord. So we've moved into another key. And by the way, we haven't even hit the chorus yet. We haven't even hit the chorus. This is a pre-chorus. This is the bit that's warming us up to the chorus, and we've changed key. We've just moved somewhere else. So that really elaborates that storytelling, that sort of fantasy that's in the music. With all those really high vocals and harmonies, it's fantastic stuff. So then we've got the chorus, and the chorus, he returns back to F major. Let's see what's going on, because there's even more twists to come in this piece. F major, A major, B flat major, F major, D major, G minor, C major, D minor, A major, B flat major, and out of nowhere, a D flat major. Then, the same chords as the beginning. Beyond me. So it's a great chorus. Let's do that again. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't bait me with your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny-backed toad. Though I'll find how anyone can sing this. It's unbelievable. I don't even know how Elton John can sing it today, 30 years onwards, but there we go. What's happening with the chords? We've got F major. Then we have an A major. Now that A major chord's quite interesting because it's quite bright. It's more brighter than using the A minor. Sort of gives it a Broadway feel in a way. B flat major. D major. Then G major. I accidentally played a G minor earlier, but it's actually a G major here. It's a D major, G major, C major. Gives it that Broadway-like feeling. D minor, A major, B flat major, D flat major. I hope you're scribbling these chords down. Or you can go get our resources kit because we reference all of these chords in our exercises. You can head on over to our website to get that. Now that D flat major, it sort of interrupts the music. Back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny-backed toad. Oh, I find a little... You can see it sort of interrupts everything. And so the relationship of D flat major to F major, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So chord 6 is a D minor, but we're playing a D flat major. So it's a flattened 6 relative to the scale. It's quite a dramatic sound. Flattened 6, chord 1. Flattened 6, chord 1. We hear this a lot in musical theatre. We hear it a lot in opera, actually. Da, da, da. We hear this in Puccini, and it's very serious sounding. But of course, Elton John is using these techniques as well in his songwriting. It's fantastic chords. And back to that introduction. Future lies beyond the yellow brick road. So this is interesting. He goes back to the pre-chorus for the post-chorus. Road. Now I'm going to give you a suggestion. If you're one of those more intermediate beginner pianists and you're thinking, oh, it'd be nice for me to be able to bash out the melody on this as well. I just want to give you two things to think about if you are tempted to play the melody. Yeah, sure, you can play the melody. You can buy sheet music that has the melody in it and go to the trouble of learning a set arrangement of the piece. You can do that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And it's quite nice to even be able to calculate the melody inside the chords using your ear. And we have some videos and training on that on this YouTube channel. You can check that out anytime you want. But I'm not going to do that today because this is a video more for beginners and intermediates. But I just want to leave you with two thoughts. Does Elton John do that? Does he play solo piano versions of his music? No, never. He sings it. The melody's not necessarily designed to be played on the piano. It's designed to be sung. That's why I'm begrudgingly having to sing these notes that I can't hit because I have no choice, really, in the context of this music. It's built for singing and playing. So how do we solve that problem? Now you could sing it yourself, or maybe next time you got some friends over. You know, playing the piano is meant to be a social thing. Playing music is meant to be a social thing. Next time you have some friends over, just bash out these chords and sing Yellow Brick Road together. I mean, after a few drinks, you'll be sounding amazing, I can guarantee you. It's a much more fun way to learn your chords. So this is the perfect song for that. You know, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows what to do the minute you do this. I mean, you know what's going to happen next. So that's maybe something you should try. And let us know how you get on. Put it in the comments. Let us know if you've done a sing song around the piano. That's what it's all about. So that was Yellow Brick Road. And I know many of you are now getting chord fatigue. That's not my fault. That's Elton's fault. He puts all these chords in his songs. That's why they're the best songs. But I thought I'd do you a favour and find an Elton John song that only uses 4 chords. And trust me, that's hard because he doesn't do it often. But he did it a few times in the 80s. He did write a few songs that only had 4 chords. So I did manage to pluck out a song where he only is using 4 chords. And this song is from 1989, and it's a very famous song. You'll know it probably. It's called Sacrifice. It's in the key of D flat major. Well, so I think it is. When I hear the recording, it's somewhat in the key between D flat major and D major, so they were doing some studio trickery when they did this song. But I'm going to guess it's in D flat major. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that's the key he wrote it on in the piano, or on the piano, on the keyboard in this case. And this song only has a small bunch of chords in it. So we have, in the key of D flat major, chord 1, D flat, chord 4, G flat major, chord 2, which is E flat minor. Have a look at that shape for E flat minor, all flats. And then we've got chord 5, which is A flat major. Now I'm just going to loop around those chords. Let's go down an octave. It's a bit more warmer. Again, I'm not even using any inversions. I'm keeping it nice and simple. Just putting a nice dotted groove on it. Cold, cold heart, hard done by you. Some things look better, baby, just passing through. And then we got Sacrifice. And it's no sacrifice, just a simple word. See, I thought he was only using 4 chords, but actually he's added a slightly different chord here. It's chord 2, it's the E flat minor with the D flat in the bass. Still the same chord, but just with a different voicing with that slash chord. 2 hearts living, A flat with the D flat in the bass, into separate worlds. But it's no sacrifice, no sacrifice, it's no sacrifice. F minor, he had to use another chord, didn't he? To G flat major at all. So 4 main chords, but he has added a passing F minor. And that's for the main riff as well. We've got D flat major, F minor, G flat major. So using that information I've given you, you could even try and work it out by ear. We've got chords like D flat, G flat, E flat minor, A flat minor. He uses a passing chord of a B flat minor. Of each married man, sweet deceit comes calling, and negativity lands. And so they're the main chords of Sacrifice. The main progression being D flat, G flat, E flat minor, A flat major, with the passing F minor as well as the B flat minor. And as far as Elton John songs go, you don't really get as minimal as that. They're quite rare to come across. But he does have a few that are like that, and that's one example. So I hope you've learned a couple of useful things today. Most important things you can do with your piano playing. I'm just going to improvise a bit on Elton now while I speak with you about this. One of the most important things you can do with your piano playing is get fluent with your chord changes. I think the mistake a lot of people make with chords is they think that knowledge about chords is like listing a bunch of chords like a dictionary. Oh, I know this chord, that chord, that chord, and it's like a big list, like it's a dictionary. But there's nothing very musical about that, because music is, as far as chords are concerned and harmony is concerned, is a story. As we've seen demonstrated in these Elton John songs today, they're a storyboard of musical sounds that pass into each other and contribute to each other. You know, that D flat in Yellow Brick Road that interrupts the F major that we did earlier. So one of the most important things you can do for your playing is get that fluency with your chord changes. Even if it's just a basic set of chords, that's more important than knowing loads of complicated chords but being stifled and slow and unmusical. And these are the topics and the themes we explore in our Complete Musician program. The magic of the Complete Musician program we provide at the London Contemporary School of Piano is it's a blueprint of piano practice for the 21st century piano student who wants to play a little bit of everything. They want to play a bit of Elton, they want to play a bit of jazz, blues, a bit of classical, film, soundtrack, whatever it might be. But they just don't have the right tools to learn these things because they're prioritizing. Many students are just simply prioritizing the wrong things that don't serve them, like endless realms of unnecessary chord theory. Yet today we explored how important it is to be able to just find a couple of chords on the flats and make a coherent musical progression out of it. So if that sounds like something you need to build on and improve on, you should visit our website to learn more about our Complete Musician program. At the moment, the Complete Musician program is going through very exciting upgrades. We've been running the program for 5 years, and the program is based on 20 years of solid research and development on what makes piano students, particularly adult piano students, tick, and how they can find some low-hanging fruit and some really powerful strategies to optimize their piano playing. So it's really the perfect time to join the program for the years 26 and 27 with these new upgrades we're making, technological upgrades, the way the material is presented to you in a really personalized way, where you're not just studying a bunch of videos and you're all alone like you are here on YouTube. You're gaining access to our community and incredible expertise that will personalize this material and bring you breakthroughs in your piano playing. So if that's the sort of thing that you feel like you need, and I know many of you need it, just visit our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com. And I'm in a bit of a D flat major Elton John Sacrifice loop right now, so I'm going to try and get out of it. They're such lovely chords, aren't they?